And when you go with the flow, that's going with the flow. It's not always easy to recognize it. It's not easy. But if you just accept it and you go, you really know God's plan. And again, every time I wanted to sway and be something I was not born to be, it swayed me in the other direction. Got it? 3 attempts at being a monk. No way. It wasn't meant to be. It just wasn't meant to be. So, and when you accept that, then you do the job at hand, whoever you are, wherever you put, whatever is required of you, to the best you can. And you put on many costumes. We have the most fun as householders, don't you think? You know, we want to put on a costume of a yoga teacher, we can, and then we go home, we can, you know, I don't know, we're just lots of fun. So much variety, right? I'm a grandmother, you know, and I love being a grandmother. I'm a mother, I love being a mother. I love to be sometimes a teacher. Sometimes I go, but sometimes, most of the time I love it. I love my patients, I love them all. I think they're just brilliant people. And yeah, then you know this is your Dharma, and everything you need will guide you. But you have to work with the morals, okay? This is that's why I tell all our students, I know we are a tough center, and I know it's hard to live by these rules. I know we all make mistakes, but we must do our best to get there. Otherwise, how are we going to pass these morals to the next generation? Not for us, but for these lovely young people who will take over. We have to set the example. All the people that live around you, your children, your friends, we need to set the example. This is the teaching. How do you know that? Simply because you're thrown into it, right? You're thrown into places sometimes. And so watch, why are you there? What is my learning? It's painful, but stick with it. It'll bring nectar. It will bring nectar, and then your face will glow and you'll feel happy no matter what goes on. There's a glow, inner glow, because you know you are working with the divine will, and nobody can take that away from you. No gossip, no pain, no nothing. Yes, you can be sad, but it will not take that divine connection from you. Nobody can. Isn't that brilliant? Because that's what I always say. People say, I only have one boss. And up there and in here and everywhere. So sometimes God comes through you, sometimes it comes through you, sometimes God comes through you, and sometimes it comes through me. And that's the way it is. And sometimes it comes through the Gita, and sometimes it comes through Zoom. And that's where it comes from. Are you getting the picture of the Gita? I love this text. It's one besides Patanjali that has seen me through many battles, and I hope the reason for this is that I hope it sees you through many battles that life brings, many obstacles life brings, to keep and maintain your peace of mind during the storms. And then you like yourself, and you know really God is the one that is holding your hand. The footprint story that you told on retreat. Do you know the footprint story over there on Zoom? No. Oh, Louise, may I ask you to tell it?
So at the end of his life, a man looked back and he saw his footprints along the beach by the edge of the sea. And he saw his footprints, and beside him walked the Lord, and he saw the Lord's footprints beside him. And as he looked back, he saw the difficult parts of his life. And he said, "Well, Lord, where were you then? Why is there only one set of footprints? Where did you go when I suffered so much?" And the Lord said, "Ah, my precious child, that is when I carried you."
So yeah, and that's when we're always carried. And if you just keep that memory in your difficult times, this is when I'm being carried, and I know I'm being carried, and I know I'm being looked after. All is okay. It's all your will. God's plan is perfect. These are the affirmations that you make in your mind. And then you have a giggle. Because laughter lightens the load. Always have a giggle. hey, you're really clever, you really just want to play with me. Yeah, it is that way. It is really that way. And you know that God is just playing to see how much you love him or her or it or whatever it is. But you can only feel that love from within your heart and nowhere else, only within your own heart. That's why, no matter what goes on, that love for the divine stays there all the time. And that's the renunciation of all things outside and connection with all things on the higher vibrational field, the higher frequency. And when you go through difficult times, just put on nice, soothing mantras.